Good evening and welcome to Omnibros Live. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault. With me tonight, my co-host Gabe from Gabe Infinity Watch. Gabe, how's it going?
Yo, what up, dog? How's it going?
Yo, everything's good. And special guest tonight from Super Squad D and Nerd News Now, Tyler Blunt. Tyler, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's awesome to have you.
The old Omnidog and Infinity Watch, the two most legendary internet goers among the 21st century, all in one chat.
Tyler called me up 2 days ago, all up in arms on my cell phone to show his displeasure and shock and dismay that there was no root beer, no caffeine in root beer. Do you have your favorite root beer with you?
I got it here. I don't know if it's my favorite yet. I mean, I'm going to need more. I did like it, but I'm still really, it's like when you rip a Band-Aid off, it still stings that there's no caffeine in root beer. Like, did you know that, Gabe?
No, I think I've been living a lie my whole life.
That's what I said. Thank you. Thank you, Gabe.
How did I get so hopped up so speed freaky on root beer?
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh. Gabe gets it.
I drank a bunch of root beer. I ran all over the place like crazy, and I passed out. I thought it was because of caffeine or meth. I don't know.
Jess, you've been lying to us this whole time. I'm very upset.
I am a liar, and I'm sorry, but I'll tell you who's not a liar. That's InStockTrades.com. They'll always tell you the truth. Where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Damage Control, their damage sale starts tomorrow, the 23rd. Special Omnibros Live discount code coming out soon. That's right, it's that time of year. Order $50 or more in the United States and you get free shipping, fabulous service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Got it.
If you're not ordering from In-Stock Trades, you're not living the most full life you can live. Be the best you can be and order from InStockTrades.com today.
Right. That is totally true. And so what we're going to talk about tonight is what we've read, what we've hauled, and the previews for tomorrow. There's a couple things on tomorrow's list that I'm excited about. There may be more that other people are excited about. So let's go.
And there'll be some nobody give a damn about.
What's that?
And there'll be plenty that nobody would give a damn about.
Right, especially that last part where it's all mangoes.
Oh yeah, all those damn mangoes. The tentacle mangoes.
The tentacle porn mangoes.
Yes, tentacle porn mangoes.
So Tyler, as our guest, what did you haul and what have you read recently?
Wow, what a loaded question. Well, I guess I'll start with the hauls first. Jess knows this about me, but I've been going through a little bit of crisis of faith in my action figure collecting. It's been waning a little bit, and I've been buying a little here and there, but I picked this guy up for $9 on Amazon. This beautiful Marvel Legends Deadpool. I had been on the fence on it, and I was like, you know what? It was $9, prime shipping. Let's make it happen. And this figure alone has reignited my love for action figures. So woo! I got that figure, and then I got a few more figures. Let me just let's see. Found this guy, Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
Wolverine's exclusive. We got Gray Suit Deadpool. Let's see if we can get no glare. Gray Suit Deadpool had to be done. No chance that was going to be passed on. And then I just said, you know what? We're just in a mutant mood, so let's buy a few mutants. Got the new Wolverine here. The new, it's the old tiger stripe Wolverine, which I've been told is the best Marvel Legends Wolverine for the 90s comic accurate uniform to date. So I'm very excited about that. And then Multiple Man. I got this Multiple Man here, which demands that I find like 10 more.
Yeah, that's what Gabe wants to do.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's got to be done, Gabe. Like you
can't have just one Multiple Man.
Like that's shameful. I would be ashamed if someone came to
that's
my house and saw I
embarrassing.
only had this. It
That's
really
like saying you don't know what multiple means.
That's right. Yeah, it's in the name. Jeez. And then I picked up this Psylocke and this X-23.
Ooh, wait, show those again. Let me see them.
Yeah, so I had this. You need the
Psylocke's
Psylocke,
cool.
Jess. You need the Psylocke. It's been a long time since they've released a Psylocke. They had an old Toy Biz Psylocke, but the mold was not great. The
She looks like a sex doll.
janky. Well, you know, I mean, what you do with your own Psylocke is your own business. Who's to say?
Anything's a sex doll if you try hard enough.
And then I got this X-23, which is pretty sick. I really like it. And then finally, on the action figure front, I picked up one of the last SH figure arts I did not have, which is just the base form plain Goku. Got his Kami training symbol on his gi. Pretty excited about that. So,
okay, who's Goku?
Oh man!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
Even I know that.
Is that from Dragon Ball Z?
That's from Dragon Balls.
Chat, can you please help this man, chat? Please.
I don't know anything about Vegeta or Goku or Dinky Donkey or anybody.
Jess, it's okay because this show's all about the huge, outrageous, literally earth-shattering fight scenes. Is what this entire series is about. Okay, and it's about I forget. I'm gonna say 8 seasons of Dragon Ball Z. It's like I don't know, like 2 million episodes.
Pretty much.
And you mentioned earlier, I think it was in our chat, Jess, where you said you have maybe 30 years left. And you don't want to waste that time. I think we were arguing about what books to pick for the book of the month, and it was all mutants. Then you got all like super waspy and racy about it. You're like, oh, I don't want to read anything X-Men related. It's terrible. And then you disappeared out of the chat for like 3 days, it felt like. But yeah.
Oh, well, that kind of wrapped up my action figure haul. And then I had a small book haul over the past really 2 weeks.
Wait, I remember what I was trying to say. I'm sorry, I remember what I was trying to say, Jess. So you said you don't have that much time left in this world, so you don't want to get caught up reading shit you don't want to read.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Dragon Ball Z is completely about these fight scenes. They're undeniable the best fight scenes in any cartoon, movie, ever. But to get to those fight scenes is literally like 30 episodes, and then something fucking happens. It's like watching every episode of The Walking Dead in one episode of Dragon Ball Z. Like, absolutely nothing happens for like 30, like really boring ass just training videos. Is what these episodes really are, and then they get to the giant fight scene, and then when you get to the fight scene, or before the big fight, there will be literally 3 fucking episodes where they're just standing in front of each other, the people who are supposed to fight, yelling at each other and charging their powers for 3 fucking episodes before anything happens. And then you're in like the biggest fight scenes you will ever see, the most violent, outrageous. Like it's like Invincible wants to be Dragon Ball Z with the violence. So all of that is 10 times over in Dragon Ball Z, but you're gonna have to watch 3 million episodes of bullshit to catch like 12 great fight scenes. Like that's an entire show in 3 minutes.
Gabe pretty much nailed it.
Yeah.
He pretty much nailed it.
I don't read manga. Jess, you know that, but I love fucking Dragon Ball Z.
It's beautiful.
That's your love letter to Dragon Ball Z. What you just told me.
Yes, that was my dissertation right there. I am now a PhD in internet bullshit.
Oh, I had so much love for Dragon Ball Z that at the ripe young age of 14, I made a Dragon Ball Z website back when anime websites were like a big deal before blogs came out and everything. And it was www.majin.tv. Oh, the good old days. The good old days. That was before my Bleach website, bleachportal.net, and my Naruto website, planetnaruto.com. Boy, there was some really, I was very cool in high school. I don't like to brag, but.
Wow. What books did you get?
Okay, so in honor of the Venom movie, which I saw and 100% put my stamp of approval on.
Oh, good, because I'm seeing it Friday.
If you go in expecting nothing,
that's what I'm doing.
You will be entertained.
Okay, good. I have zero expectations.
The rating I would give the movie and the entertainment value I give the movie are vastly different.
Okay.
That's exactly how I felt about the Predator movie.
So no regrets for seeing that. So I picked up Spider-Man versus Venom.
Nice.
In honor of the movie and my love for 90s. Like Gabe, I have massive love for 90s comics. So
I feel you, brother. You and me right here, man.
It's so good. It's the best era. Everybody knows it. They're just afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
Psycho Cleveland, I did introduce Tyler Blunt as the host of Super Squad D and Nerd News Now. So don't be busting my chops on the chat that I didn't introduce him properly.
You
did.
You did.
You weren't listening properly.
A full introduction. Right. Super Squad D, where the D stands for. Do they still make videos? Hard to know.
Yeah, you are missed. I really love Nerd News Now. That was great.
It was fun once upon a time. And now here I am on Omnibros Live. You two legends.
On your way back up the ladder, man.
No. This is the top. What are you talking about? Back up. This is the top of the ladder. So Venom went ahead and picked up the Venomnibus as well. Just, again, really wanted to get into some. I didn't actually read a whole lot of Venom in the 90s. I read a whole lot of Spider-Man. And when Venom popped up, I think my first introduction to Venom, the character, was in the animated cartoon, which was fantastic. But then the Maximum Carnage storyline was the first real big crossover event I can remember picking up with Venom and Spider-Man and all that. And it was life-changing, let me tell you.
Yeah, so life-changing, they made a fucking video game out of it.
I know. It's so, and that video game is lit, dude. It's
that game is still hard as fuck.
It really is. So,
that's what she said.
The final book I picked up was The Mighty Thor, Volume 2, to cap out the 90s love letter that was this haul. I read the first volume and absolutely loved it. Hadn't read it before, but I had read a few one-off issues when they came out in the 90s, and just, oh my gosh, I loved everything about the omnibus and the run. So I'm very excited to get into Volume 2.
Yeah, that Thor is great, man. That's a good series.
Nice haul. What about you, Gaberino?
Not much.
Wizard magazines or cable from the 90s, foil cover New Mutants from the 90s or something.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I actually want to go back and rewatch those episodes and see me get that stuff all over again. But this week, there's a little bit of a spoiler for what we have going on in the show pretty soon. And what I mean by that is our current pick of the month review book is what I got. Mine finally just recently came in from, and it's Guardians of the Galaxy by Jerry Duggan. And probably like 30 different artists or something, because that book had a different art like every other page, it felt like. But yeah, so this is going to be our next review book. Guardians of the Galaxy. Tyler's ready for it. He's doing his homework.
I'm ready.
No, nice.
Ready. So yeah, I picked that up. I'm interested in this, and I need to also grab the Countdown to Infinity War, or whatever the current storyline was.
Oh yeah,
this leads right into that. So that's cool. I'm gonna check that out. I can't wait to get a hold of that. That's basically all I bought, though. No Wizard magazine. Sorry, I have a lot of them already. It's been pretty busy with work and crazy stuff like that going on. I think, did I get anything else? No. And plus, something came out last week that I wanted. Like, it was kind of a weird week. Like, nothing was that great that I had to buy immediately.
I don't think I ordered anything last week.
I didn't either.
Was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird. I think the last good week was when Thor came out, which was, what, 3 weeks ago? A month ago almost? Oh, no, wait, I'm lying.
Next week.
Yeah, because Absolute Kingdom Come came out not too long ago. But yeah, not much good's been coming out lately. It's been a quiet month.
Okay, I got New Mutants, Dead Souls.
Ooh.
Dead Space. That's a video game. Cursed Comic Cavalcade. This cover looks awesome. So I got that. Then I got a way thick book. X-Men, the Magneto War. I probably have the biggest X-Men collection for a non-X-Men reader ever. I have like every X-Men ever, and I just have read about 100th of it. My heroes were always have always been junkies by Brubaker and Phillips. So I can show you a little of the art in there. Oh, it's colored. That's even better. So it looks like it's colored.
Gabe, have you read that? Because I've heard amazing things about the book, but I haven't read it yet.
No, I haven't read it yet. This is the first time I'm really seeing the insides of it.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Brubaker and Phillips. I mean, that's like, you know, that's like the Beatles coming back together.
Yeah, it's the dream team.
And then I got a book for the art mostly. Frankenstein Alive. It is full of Bernie Wrightson amazingness. So I got this because I remember collecting it in singles, and it was radical.
Yep. There's a fill-in artist on that too. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, did he artist.
Did he pass away when it was still being done, or did he just not do an issue?
No, I think that's when he passed away.
Ooh.
So Kelly Jones did like the last couple pages or last like issue. Sorry, did like the last issue of that book, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It says with additional art by Kelly Jones. Oh, that makes me sad.
You should be proud. You have his last bit of like hard work that he poured out of his body right there.
Oh, I know. This is an intense amount of ink put down on paper.
Seriously, it's impressive.
Yeah, it really is. So this was, and that is the last of my haul. It is. I need to read this and review it, especially now that I know that it was the last one. And you had to have a fill-in artist. So yeah, there's my haul. Woohoo! Haul.
That's what we spent our money on, everybody.
That's right.
And you can too at InStockTrades.com.
Cycle Cleveland, what am I going to do with you? I hauled Coda last week. On your cyclamendation, I got Coda. So I will be reading it, but first I got to make it through what I'm reading now, which I will be talking about after Tyler tells us what he's been reading. Or have you just been playing Spider-Man, which is on in the background?
I have been playing a substantial amount of Spider-Man because it is an amazing game. If you haven't played the game, the game mechanics and the story are superb. Absolutely. Plus, there's a lot of cool unlockable costumes. It's a must play for any Spider-Man or just video game fan in general. But I have been reading a few books, and I'm interested to see what you guys think of these books if you've read them, and you at home in the chat. I'd love to know your thoughts on some of these books because some of them have been, well, they haven't been received super great, but I've actually enjoyed them a little bit. So one thing that I just finished maybe a month ago was an entire Dan Slott reading of Spider-Man.
Whoa.
I set out to completely catch up on Spider-Man. I got out of Spider-Man right when One More Day happened and Brand New Day, and they split MJ and Pete. That was actually when I stopped collecting comics altogether for like maybe 5 to 6 years. Because I was completely against it. I thought it was really dumb. I wasn't going to read it. And so about a year ago, I decided to pick it back up and give it a chance. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And I don't know if that was because, I think more than anything, it was because at the time when it happened, I thought it was so dumb and I was so against it. And I thought they'll get back together. And now here we are over a decade later, and they didn't retcon that story. So I think maybe going into it, I just had kind of made peace with it a little bit, you know, like, okay, this happened. I can either enjoy Spider-Man from here on out or just write off the character.
What I'm hearing from you, Tyler, what I'm hearing is you're admitting that splitting up Peter Parker and Mary Jane was a good idea.
Whoa.
Because then that led into not only the Dan Slott stuff, but the web heads that had Mark Waid was a part of it and stuff like that. Yeah. So that all sprouted out.
I know.
Because the universe was corrected in a comic book of all things, this artifact called a comic book, corrected timelines and the cosmos by splitting these two jokers up.
Oh, man. I feel like the internet's about to get their pitchforks out. Why would you do this to me, Gabe? I thought we were friends. My Facebook is going to be blown up after this. You know, I actually, while I still preferred them to be together and I wanted them to stay together, I actually really surprisingly did enjoy the stories and did find what they did with Pete interesting. And the Dan Slott run especially, I felt he took the character to so many new and interesting places. And, you know, the diehard Spider-Man fans who are totally valid in their own way of just Peter Parker should be at the Bugle, he should be broke, and he should be taking photos. And he should have that Parker luck. And, you know, that's just how his life should be at all times. That's totally fine. But I thought it was super interesting and compelling to see Pete in all these new scenarios where, you know, we obviously had the Superior run following Pete working at the tech job that he had, and then he starts Parker Industries. I thought the whole run was really good. It kind of tapered off for me there at the end after Secret Wars. I didn't hate it, but I just thought it tapered in quality a little bit. But then it ended super strong. I thought Slott's last arc was one of my favorite arcs of Spider-Man ever, honestly. And he solidified himself for me as my favorite Spider-Man writer of all time.
Ooh, bold statement.
So
you heard it here, folks.
I would love to hear what the chat has to say about that. And the other thing that I read, and I know Jess is going to be all over this because he absolutely loves X-Men. He's already professed his love multiple times for X-Men. But I recently read through X-Men Blue, part of X-Men Gold, and almost all of X-Men Blue. And I felt like X-Men Blue to start off with was really slow. I don't know. Do you guys like the time displaced X-Men? The original 5? Do you guys find them compelling? What do you think?
I thought I read Bendis's, what was it? All New Uncanny X-Men or whatever it was. And I thought it was an interesting idea. But then the X-Men from the future show up, and then we got 3 different sets of X-Men.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a little much.
No, I agree with Jess 100%. It just felt like somebody overstayed their welcome.
Yeah,
it was a great idea. I think it was a great idea. I think they had it mapped out and planned out it being just this quick storyline or this quick story arc. But it was such a hit that, you know, they just kept expanding and getting them into situations that made no sense. You know, they started teaming up with Guardians of the Galaxy. They started getting into what was it called? The Black Void or whatever that story was.
Yeah, the Black Vortex.
Yeah, Black Vortex. So, yeah, I think it was great. I think it was a fantastic idea. I don't know. Did they ever show when Beast actually went back and snatched them up? I don't think that's ever been. I've never seen it. I don't know if I missed it in some random issue or, you know, I'm just not reading the right books or whatever the case might be. But I don't remember ever seeing the scene where Beast goes back into time somehow and snatches them back, moves them out into the future and causes that whole fiasco.
Yeah, to my knowledge, they haven't done that. They haven't showed that exact issue, but I could have also missed something. Well, X-Men Blue started off with those X-Men still, and, you know, we're coming off of all new, all different. And I just felt the same way you guys felt, which is just like, it was an interesting idea, but man, they've really overstayed their welcome. And I'm just not really feeling them. So the first half of X-Men Blue, they're the main cast of X-Men. And I found myself rolling my eyes a good bit. But then about halfway through, they kind of take a sidestep for plot reasons. And there's a different group of characters they follow. And it really picked up then. And I really enjoyed it. So I'll be interested to see what they do. We've got this big extermination event. Extermination, is that right? I think
Extermination is the current news story arc.
Okay, yeah. And so there's a whole lot of speculation surrounding the event and whether or not ultimately it will put back the original 5. So I'll be interested to see kind of how that turns out. But that's That's it. That's what I've been reading.
And you haven't read X-Men Red yet, right?
No, that is actually next on my list to read. Now, you liked X-Men Red, right?
I did. That's an X-Men book I have read, and I really enjoyed it. I could step right into it and totally get it. So, and it was good, a good story.
Gabe, have you read X-Men Red?
No, I haven't read any of the current X-Men stuff in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got X-23 and Honey Badger in it as X-Men, and that's awesome.
Yeah, Honey Badger's amazing. I love that X-23 run.
Oh, she's so funny.
I don't know who this person is. It's Honey Badger.
What?
Yeah, seriously. Is this a real thing? You guys fucking with me or what? Is that Honey Badger. Isn't that an internet meme? Like, come on. How's that a fucking sidekick?
I had a conversation with a friend the other day, and he has not read comics in probably 20 years. And so he was like, give me the high points. So I'm telling him all the stuff that happens, like with Superior Spider-Man and the X-Men and the Inhumans. And he's like, whoa. It sounds like what happened was Marvel got all their writers in a room and said, write the dumbest ideas you could ever think of. They put them in a hat. They pulled it out, and they're like, oh, yeah, Cyclops gets the Phoenix. That's a great idea. And I was like, okay, I understand it sounds ridiculous, but it's really good. You have to give it a chance. He was not biting.
Yeah, Honey Badger is X-23's clone. X-23 got 3 or 4 sisters cloned, and one of them's this dinky little girl who has, like one claw pop out, and she's got all these one-liners that are hilarious. She's really funny, and she kind of humanizes X-23 in All New Wolverine, which was a great book. And even my limited memory remembers how great X-23 All New Wolverine was. And so, yeah, she gets a pet Wolverine, the little Laura does, and so they start calling her Honey Badger. And she's an X-Man in X-Men Red. That's
the stupidest thing I've heard in, so long.
Have you guys seen the movie Multiplicity? Have you guys seen the movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton? It's from the 90s.
Yeah, I was like,
you know what happens when you make a clone of a clone.
The third clone, yeah, if you make a clone of a clone, it's not as bright as the first piece of paper. The first print. And he's like, his name's Doug, but he keeps calling him Steve. He's like, hey, Steve. And he gives him pizza. He sticks the pizza in his fucking wallet and closes it up. He's like, I like pizza, Steve, and sticks it in his back pocket.
Great party, Steve. I say that all the time. So in the movie, there's a guy perfecting the cloning process, but you don't clone a clone because they come out really, really, really dumb.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Well, this is a clone of Laura, and it's awesome. All New Wolverine is awesome.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying is Laura's a clone, and I'll just...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Honey Badger.
Making a clone of a clone.
She is incredibly funny.
What's next? Duckbill Platypus? Like, Jesus, man. This is just going backwards in evolution.
Dude, don't be harsh on Honey Badger. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome. I got Jess's back on this one. She is pretty fantastic.
My God.
Yeah, Shady Slim LP. Tyler Blunt has watched Daredevil season 3 multiple times and loves it.
I have. I watched it all the very first day it came out, all but 2 episodes, and woke up early the next morning and finished it. And it was amazing. In my estimation, in my opinion, the best Marvel Netflix season that any show's had.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't seen any of it yet. I saw maybe, I'm lying, not any of it. I saw maybe like almost the entire first episode, and just something came up, but I didn't see it yet. But
of season 1 or season 3?
Season 3. No, Daredevil is like one of the best things Netflix has ever done with Marvel.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I love season 1, season 2.
Season 3 has I believe an 11-minute single shot continuous film scene, like the hallway fight from the first season.
Yeah.
But it's an 11-minute, and it is just, it's insane. I mean, it's the most impressive cinematographic feat I have seen in a long time.
That's awesome. I got to see it.
I wonder if they planned that out somehow, like where they decided they were going to do each season have a thing like that, or was that just a continual thing because the first time they did it, it was so popular that they decided to do it again in the second season?
Yeah, that's a good question. I can't imagine how many takes they had to do, because you think about an 11-minute scene straight, like if Guy messes up at minute number 9.5, like
start all over,
back to the beginning, reset and go. Phenomenal stuff.
Gabe, what have you been reading?
The only thing I was able to finish reading this week is Batman White Knight. This is by Sean Murphy. This is a brand new book. This just came out in trade paperback maybe a week or two ago, so it's actually still very new. But this was like the hottest book of last year out of DC for sure. Every couple of weeks when this book would come out, every month or when it got delayed, everybody at my shop went crazy for it and get really upset and just could not wait for the next issue, and they were just biting to get it every single time it came out. And I can see why. It's a really good book. It's exciting. The basic story is Batman beats the shit out of the Joker, feeds him medication, force feeds him pills, and those pills revert Joker back to normal Jack Napier. So he becomes a normal person again, and his psychosis has been broken as long as he takes his medication. So when now that he's normal and back into a sane person again, he ends up becoming a figurehead for Gotham City and convinces Gotham City that it's always been Batman who's been the bad guy and turns Gotham City against Batman. So a lot of this book is a typical chase movie of an entire city police department coming after Batman. So that's a really good read. I enjoyed it a lot. The art in it is fantastic from Sean Murphy. You might recognize his name because I talked about him not too long ago, recently, about Joe the Barbarian. But there's some, where is it? It's a freeze page. Anyways, stuff like this. Here's a little cool thing that Sean Murphy likes to do in his books. He likes to hide a lot of Easter eggs. And as you can see here, this Batmobile is the 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile. But there's a scene in here in the first issue where you see the Batcave, and it's this wide shot where you can see the entire Batcave. And in the Batcave, amongst all of Batman's trophies and weaponry, and I'm stalling so I can find that page. There's a pull-out scene, a full scene of basically Batman's garage, and it's every single Batmobile you could think of that's ever been released. The 89 Batman, Batman the Animated Series Batmobile, 66 Batmobile was in there. It's stuff like that. It's just that kind of just super cool artwork and attention to detail and Easter eggs and fan service that I can appreciate from
fan service.
Comic book. Yeah.
I mean, not to the level of Batman the Damned, but you know.
No, not that kind of fan service. But yeah, so this is definitely a really cool book. There's a lot of relationship digging into that Sean Murphy does. This takes place outside of normal Batman continuity, of course. But there's some really cool ideas that he messes around with when it comes down to the relationship between Harley and Joker and stuff like that too. So really a fun read. So definitely check that out. If anybody has been on the fence about picking it up, definitely grab Batman White Knight by Sean Murphy, who wrote it and drew it.
I am waiting for the deluxe and or absolute of that. So yeah. I still haven't read a single issue of it.
Warning though, there is a big plot thread that gets dropped at the end of the book and never gets resolved. Like it's one of those things that you would think they could resolve in the next couple of pages, and they never do. So there's a big just tease at the end of the series. So I think there's a White Knight 2 coming out. But I hope there is. If there isn't, just so he can follow that storyline along and see what was going on in that plot device that I can't say without spoiling.
Thank you.
It was the best Batman book I've read in a long time, and I actually really enjoy Tom King. Very good book. I agree totally.
I may have to break down and just get the trade paperback.
So you know that plot thread I'm talking about then, Tyler?
I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've read it. I was really trying to remember. I was just sitting there thinking, like, I need to talk to you after this. You can remind me. I think I might remember, but I don't want to say it because
you're going to be spoiling something. No
either way, if I say whatever I say is going to be a spoiler for sure. So I better not. But it was an amazing read. Jack Napier, definitely one of my favorite new characters that I've read in a long time. Not new, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay. I continuing on with my Hickman readathon tangent. I did everybody a favor and bought as many of the War Zones and Battle World books as I could afford, so I could read a bunch of them and do a vid on them. I got about 20 of them, which is, of course, as Gabe says, means there's going to be an omnibus of it in like the next week and a half. I bought them.
Thank you for falling on that sword, Chris.
You're welcome.
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah. So I read Battle World Thors, War Zones 1872, and I will get into these books when I'm done talking about them. Old Man Logan, Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos, which was super funny. And A-Force. A-Force is by G. Willow Wilson and Marguerite Bennett, and I really liked it. This is all set on Battle World. Those of you who've read Secret Wars and Hickman's Fantastic Four and Avengers know that, well, I don't want to spoil it for those of you who haven't, but there's a whole world that's created by a certain someone, and it's populated with a bunch of heroes that are in these weird situations that aren't necessarily normal, but the stories are told. Earth, how can I say this without spoiling it? Earth is segmented into a bunch of different weird type scenarios with a bunch of heroes populating it. And A-Force has an island that they're in charge of, and A-Force is like She-Hulk and Medusa and Spider-Woman and Scarlet Witch, Dazzler, and it introduces oh, I always blank on her name. Not Infinity. What's the Star Girl's name?
Mrs. Infinity.
Mrs. Infinity. No, it's
Infinity Woman.
Serendipity. What the hell's her name?
Serendipity.
Maybe it's Honey Badger Camel Toe.
No, it's this gal. Singularity. There it is. Singularity. Yeah, she's introduced in this. Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos is super funny. Deadpool's pretty much dead throughout it, but Mrs. Deadpool has Man-Thing, Mummy, Werewolf by Night, not Dracula, because that's who she's up against, Mummy, Frankenstein, and Marcus the Centaur with a symbiote on her side to try and wreak vengeance on Dracula for killing her brothers. And so this was just a fun, goofy comic that I enjoyed a lot. Old Man Logan, I happen to like Brian Michael Bendis, but this was not really. The art by Andrea Sorrentino is fantastic, but holy smoke, this is just a big jumble of I don't know what. I couldn't make this thing out heads nor tails. It is really pretty to look at, but it made 0 sense to me. And 1872, which was cool. This is back in the Wild West. Steve Rogers is the sheriff. Tony Stark is the town drunk. Kingpin's the mayor. And it's all Wild West stuff that is told. Bullseye and Elektra show up. Elektra, your favorite. Tyler, Jennifer Garner, Elektra anyway. And this is a really fun story set back in the Wild West.
Hey, I like that movie.
Which one? Wild West?
No, Daredevil.
Oh.
Jennifer Garner's Elektra.
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner's Elektra. That's Tyler's favorite.
That's my jam.
And then Thors, which is really good. Thors are the police force. There's a bunch of different Thors. There's a murder mystery to be solved. One of the Thors has been killed. They're the police force on this battle world. They police the whole thing. And it's a whole bunch of Thors, including like Frog Thor as a forensic scientist, or Throg. This book was good. I really enjoyed this book. This is by Jason Aaron, so no wonder it's good. But this was all the reading I did, and I'm going to continue to read I've got a huge stack of more of these to read. So this is like 2 omnibus that I saved you guys from buying.
No, you just cursed the world with 2 omnibuses that some completists will have to buy.
Right.
I think Thors is one of the only series out of that Secret Wars event that I liked. That Thors one was fantastic. It's like they just told Jason Aaron, hey, just do whatever the fuck you want with Thor.
Right.
No, like just do it. Just do it. Just hit your head against the wall and just make something up.
So I think Jess may have inadvertently just created the greatest comic book character of all time in Serendipity. I really feel like Serendipity should be this new comic character. And she just like walks in and like all this good stuff just randomly happens. She like bumps into it's almost like Long Shot or Domino, but it's more situational. Like you just created Marvel's next big hit.
Serendipity.
Serendipity.
I want my cut of that.
Oh, I just walked in. Oh, what's this button do? It releases the good guys from their prison? What are the odds? I'll just press it.
Serendipity.
Serendipity. And she says her name. She's like, it's just Serendipity. And it like cuts to a close-up of her with hearts all over her face. like a good classic sitcom. Perfect.
That sounds like My Little Pony Serendipity.
Nothing wrong with a little MLP, Jess.
That's right.
Bronies are people too.
That's right. Bronies have feelings.
Highlighter, you're right. I've been reading so much, I haven't been watching scary movies, and time's running out.
I thought you were going to watch one last night, Jess. You promised. You were like, after this show, I'm going to watch 2 horror movies to catch up.
Well, there was a football game on at 4:30, and the whole family's, my wife and daughter were in the house, and it just didn't happen.
Please tell me you weren't watching the Redskins game, Jess.
Oh, no. I don't spend a minute on the Redskins.
Good. Me either.
No.
They're the worst.
Right. I agree. Except for the Patriots. I hate the Patriots.
Oh, man. We're all going to get murdered here. This is
I know Omnipool is going to pop up right now and flip out because the Patriots is his little avatar. So, sorry, Omnipool. Boy.
You've done it now.
Oh, Tyler Lindvall. You know it. My casual sweater game is on point.
It's sweater weather.
What? Is that a thing? What do you mean by casual sweater thing?
Tyler has always commented on my sweaters, so I make a point to, when it's cold enough, to put on something fun.
But the real question, though, Jess, because I know you, are you wearing pants or shorts?
Oh,
shorts.
Always shorts. Always shorts.
I put on pants for that fancy brunch last Sunday, and it hurt my knee scars from my knee replacement. Pants actually hurt my knees.
Tragic.
Yeah.
You know, men of a certain age, you know, you're not quite there. Don't have to wear any pants or shorts anywhere. And it's, you know, they're like, oh, look at that guy. He's sweet.
That's right. Old man. That's old man Jess.
Old man Jess.
In 30 years, when you read all your comics and you're completely done, then you can do that. You can look forward to that.
That'll be my goal. Finish these books so I can walk around without pants on.
I mean, that sounds like a reasonable life goal to me.
I think that's a life goal for anybody. Seriously. I'm going to be grandpa. I don't want to die until I reach Grandpa Simpson's like status.
Yeah, he's like 115.
Yeah, but he is fucking crazy and nobody cares.
Can you believe that they kicked Omar off Omnibros because he was too jacked in his tank tops and Nightwing costume?
He rocked that Nightwing costume. I will say that for him.
I didn't see a picture. I'm very upset. I missed it somehow.
Oh, it's Maddie posted it. She's in her Donna Troy costume and Omar's in his Nightwing costume.
That's awesome.
It's
but did he call himself Dick or Rick? Because that's the real question of the hour.
I don't remember.
It's Dick. Omar hates Tim. He hates Robin and he hates everything. But it's Omar.
Chris M., I'm sorry you're not on Facebook because it's on the Facebook group page where you see Omar rocking the Nightwing costume, and he looks pretty good in it.
If we were a TV show and we did what we did, we replaced Omar with Tyler, it'd have been a shitstorm. whitewashing this show. I'm next.
That's right.
Also, I would
whiter and
never be a
whiter.
good replacement for Omar. I mean, definitely not. Yeah, he is rocking that costume. You're right. Totally.
Yeah, man,
found
he
it?
killed it, dude. Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, the mask is
Quality.
solid.
E-Tire Linby, I am wearing my sexy sweater. He said, let's get Gabe some sexy sweaters. So I said, I'm wearing my sexy sweater now.
Yeah, it's definitely sweater weather now. So should we talk about previews? There are a couple of books I'm interested in, and I did get the IST email.
All right.
So I can tell you what's half off and what's 42% off and things like that nature. Do you have the previews there, Gabe?
You almost called me Omar. I heard that almost slip out.
I did almost say that.
You all look alike.
Everyone's got Omar on the brain right now.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Here we go. All right, everybody. So here's this week's releases. Remember, these are going to show up on IST at, it's at 1 o'clock Eastern?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock Eastern time.
There's a book right there that everybody's flipped out about. They say it's awesome. That book from Image right there. Well, they're all from
Bloodstrike. This Bloodstrike book?
Isola.
Oh yeah, I was trying to be funny. No, Isola is incredible.
Oh, it is.
And dude, I mean, just the art inside of it. It's the same guy, Carl Kershaw, who did the art for one of my favorite all-time books. And we talked about this last night, actually. Jess, he was the artist on Gotham Academy as well.
Mm.
And he just brings this beautiful Disney-esque sense of design, style, and storytelling. And I think he colors it as well. I think he does almost all the art on it. But it's this beautiful, like I said, beautiful Disney-esque style to a comic book. It's fantastic looking. The story, I don't know. I didn't read it. I flipped through it. I look at the art because I knew I was going to wait for a hardcover of this thing to come out because it's just that beautiful. It needs to be in some oversized, glossy archival paper.
Right. That's a $9.99 book that's going to be only $5.79 on IST.
That's the kind of book I should probably buy like 5 of them and just give them to people. Like randomly.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't mean on the show. Screw these guys, these knuckleheads in the chat. I just meant just people in public.
You're real friends.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's Bloodstrike Brutalist coming out. Gasolina, Isola. Let me tell you all about this book and why I love it all over again. Royal Boiler by Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham's he's the guy that was writing Prophet for the most recent iteration of Prophet, which is a great book. And he did the art in this one as well. There's other books out there you can check out from him called King City. It's this crazy, wacky, very loose line, almost, I don't know if it's Japanese animated influenced or like European influence, but it's just crazy, unique, one-of-a-kind kind of art style.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dark Horrors. This is probably some of the last stuff they're ever going to put out for Aliens. I think they lost the license for that, right?
They lost the license for a lot of things.
Yeah. So Aliens Essential Comics Trade Paperback Volume 1, BPRD Hell on Earth hardcover Volume 3. I didn't know there's already 3 of these out.
Buying it.
Yep. What's the discount on that? I think a lot of people would be interested in that.
BPRD Hell on Earth is 42% off, so it'll be $20.29. That's pretty cheap for a nice book.
Yep. I don't know about any of this other stuff. Dave McKean short films, Mob Psycho 100, and Super Mario Encyclopedia.
I'm probably going to pick up that Super Mario Encyclopedia, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the video game hardcovers. They came out with a Zelda one not long ago that I've been meaning to pick up.
Oh, that's right. You're a big Nintendo guy, too.
I love Super Nintendo with a passion.
And then IDW is coming up with Bumblebee. This is the prequel from the movie that's coming out. Uncle Scrooge Volume 11 from IDW as well. And then here's some DC stuff. So we have Batman Detective Comics hardcover Volume 3. I love this series. That first hardcover was fantastic. The second storyline was good as well. I can't wait to pick this one up. This is one I'm really looking forward to this book.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Batman Volume 7 trade paperback. This is the wedding story arc. And it has a pretty controversial and sore button issue, apparently, amongst the panel and out there in the comic book world as well. Deathstroke by Tony Daniel.
A book that
Omnibus.
No one asked for except Tony Daniel's mother.
Wow, Jess, talking about people's mama on the show already.
Shots fired.
Yeah, for real, son. Apparently this is a book that I guess is you either love it or hate it, and it seems most people hate it, but a lot of people are interested in this book. There's a lot of posts on the group.
For what book?
For Deathstroke, asking like, is this any good? Is this worth it? Should I try it out? I've gotten messages like that on Instagram. So I think there's interest for it. Maybe because it's just like they just want to get an omnibus of Deathstroke, and Deathstroke is getting more and more popular. But yeah, this is the series that I never heard a lot of good stuff from. I think this is the second volume from New 52, right? For Deathstroke?
It is?
Yeah, because they did another Deathstroke series that I think Kyle Higgins was writing. Simon Bisley was doing the art, or the covers, I mean. I
am not familiar with that book.
And that only lasted, it was probably part of the second wave of chops. Back when New 52 and the books were kind of failing. They were cutthroat. They were just cutting books every couple of months. I think every series when New 52 started got at least 8 issues, I think. But then that was the lowest they went, because then a couple went to like 10, and then they got chopped, and went to 12 and got chopped. So they were chopping a lot of stuff. And then they chopped Deathstroke quite early, and then they brought it back on this third wave of new titles or something. They brought it back again. And that was this on Tony Daniels.
E. Tyler in the chat is saying that is volume 2 of Deathstroke, and E. Tyler Batman Detective Comics is 42% off.
So that's Deathstroke 1 through 20, Deathstroke Annual 1 through 2, and story from DC Sneak Peek, Deathstroke 1. What's the discount on that? Since that's the only big omnibus coming from DC.
Okay.
All right. And then there is Flash. Sandman trade paperback volume 1. They're reprinting all of these again. It looks like this is the Preludes and Nocturnes. This book gets reprinted a lot. That's 30th anniversary. Scarlet trade paperback volume 1. This is kind of sad, because I was really hoping they were going to do an Absolute, but that Absolute got canceled. So now I guess they're doing trade paperbacks instead, or I think they already had the trade paperbacks on their way out. But either way, I'd rather they do an Absolute for this. And the United States of Murder Inc. trade paperback volume 1.
Those are both Bendis books, I think, right?
They are both Bendis books, yes.
Yeah.
So I've just gotten word that Tony Daniels is canceling his appearance on Omnibros after that. After that complete harsh thrashing from Jess. He's canceling his appearance. He will not be on here.
Shit. Deathstroke was 50% off, and this Cable Soldier X is 50% off.
This is the one that divided the rift of the Omnibros in the chat. That is this book. Almost ended this entire YouTube empire.
Almost came crumbling down.
That's right, based on Cable Soldier X. Oh yeah, so Soldier Cable X, I have no idea. I didn't read any of this stuff, because this is the time when Marvel apparently renamed and restructured all of Rob Liefeld characters as a attempt to not pay him royalties. So I didn't read any of that stuff. Because you don't fuck around with Rob Liefeld money. You pay that man. He saved Marvel. I'm just saying now. I'm going to see if anybody gets mad in the chat. All right. So Deadpool Assassin trade paperback. Hunt for Wolverine hardcover. This is part of the Return of Wolverine. And this is loaded with nonsense. There's absolutely nothing happens in any of this stuff on this hardcover. It's all a bunch of these like 4-issue miniseries that don't even have Wolverine in it. But it's like them, like they hear he's back and hunting him down. And, you know, that's some of the story. This is just like 5 or 6 miniseries thrown in here for no reason. And this cover's stupid. Like, how does that make him fight?
And that's really what it ultimately comes down to. Is the cover's dumb. Like, it's the rest of the book is just it follows.
Yeah. You get a shit cover and you get a bunch of shit insides.
Okay, well, you sold me on it.
There you go.
I'd like to see the highlights for that Star Wars Darth Vader Dark Lord Sith book. Who are the creators there?
It's my homeboy Charles Soule.
Yeah.
Jim Chung did the cover.
Okay, that's probably pretty good if it's Charles Soule.
And Giuseppe Camacoli is the artist of this.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Any extra fleshing in or color on Darth Vader, I'm in. And I know that Gabe could care less about Star Wars. What about you, Tyler? Do you care at all
I've
about
read the
Star
first
Wars?
Darth Vader omnibus. I was just going to ask, or the first run. This takes place after that or before that?
That's what I wanted to know. I actually don't know. I'm assuming afterwards, but I can't really see.
Yeah, I was trying to read the description here. That book was really, really good, though. Super solid.
Mm-hmm.
Just as right, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're honest.
Yes.
Yeah. I know that about you.
All right. So we skipped over this, but we'll go back. Marvel Superhero Adventures. These are little cute cartoon kiddie versions and kiddie stories. So if anybody got young children out there, these are always fun to kind of get them. If you want to get them introduced into superheroes and not have to worry about any kind of political nonsense tied into the comics, or just, you know, adventures that might be too much for them, or words that are too advanced for their reading level, this is the stuff for you to get them this fun, cute stuff here. All right. Feels like I'm at work trying to sell people comic books.
Who wants to pre-order now?
Yes. And Wakanda Forever. This is a bunch of one-shots. This is garbage, too. It's like different superheroes dropped in Wakanda. Like, it's like, oh, what's Spider-Man doing in there? God. He's going to get mud butt for sure and all that humid weather wearing that spandex. Look at some of the crotch rot. So it's a bunch of one-shots. So it's like Wakanda Forever, Spider-Man, Wakanda Forever, X-Men, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther. That one makes sense, but I don't know what the X-Men are doing there. It's not the Strange Land or the Savage Land. But if you like that kind of stuff, guess what? You can get that starting tomorrow. What we got here? Dynamite. I was like, what the hell does DE stand for? I forgot for a second. Dynamite, James Bond, and Red Sonja nonsense steampunk looking crap. Boom Studios has got some wrestling comics coming out. Wrestling. And if you are into wrestling, somebody in the chat earlier said that who's the current champion? Reigns is stepping out of wrestling because he's announced that he's had leukemia for the last 11 years.
Yeah, that was actually really sad.
And on a better note, Dark Crystal softcover is coming out as well. And then here's all the weird mango stuff that nobody cares about. But I'll scroll through it anyways in case anybody wants to see anything up close that catches their eye.
So are you guys going to pick up any of this stuff next week?
I'm picking up the Darth Vader book and Batman Detective. I don't know why I keep saying Batman Detective and BPRD Hellhunter 3. Whoa. Where'd that? Oh,
I'm sorry.
No. That's fine. I thought, yeah, keep going. You're fine. Are we already done?
Yeah, that's it.
We just got to the mangoes and that's it?
Yeah, we got to the mangoes and everything else in there.
Yeah, BPRD I'm getting, Detective I'm getting, Now, one book Isola, I'm getting one book from Benitez Productions that I didn't see is Lady Mechanica Oversized Hardcover Volume 3.
Come on, Justin, really?
You thought we were all done, huh?
No, just that book is just like that's what the creepos order at the store.
What?
The
Lady Mechanica's awesome.
No, wait. Those are the guys that come in the store and they want everything Zenoscope, but only if the nipples are poking out through the shirts. Those are the same ones that pick up like Vamp Blade and Zombie Tramp and crap like that.
Lady Mechanica's great. Great story, fantastic art. What are you talking about?
That goes in a special list on the computer.
Oh, forget it. Lady Mechanica is nothing like that at all. Lady Mechanica is great, you hoser. That's
like having like the Playboy Channel and Cartoon Network at the same time. That just makes you creepy.
You've never even opened a book of Lady Mechanica, and here you are making these trash comments on it. It's awesome. One of my favorite books of all time. How dare you?
Joe Benitez. I'm just making fun of all the customers in my store. I just love everything that guy puts out. Did I pass it up? Where is that garbage?
I don't know. I didn't see it on there. Since he's independent, it may not be on there.
No, I mean, if it's distributed, oh, here it is. If it's distributed through Diamond, it'd be here.
Oh, there it is.
No.
Look at that. It's awesome.
It's more steampunk crap. Oh, my God.
Yeah, which I love. Shut up, you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't experience it in real life like you did.
So, Omar, Omar. I did it too. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Gabe, how many of these creepers do you have come in your shop a day?
I'm sorry?
How many of these creepers you have come in your shop a day asking for these books?
It's not like every day, but some of them are just they're regulars, so it's on their pull list. So every month, and I go through the ordering catalog, I gotta go, Vamp Blade 2, you know. But I only order with the people who want it. I'm not putting that shit on the shelves, you know. So there's probably like five people like that. Just have just a bunch of weird stuff on there, and that's all they want.
Nate Bishop, it's steampunk grade A. So you need to start with volume 1 and just get all 3 volumes. It's one of my favorite books of all time. It's fantastic art and a great story. It's a detective story. She's a crime solver that's made out of bionic parts in the steampunk era and set in London. And Gabe hates it, so you know it's good.
Well, Gabe, we've already established, is also not a fan of Honey Badger, so I mean, I don't know.
Is she steampunk? Is she made out of watch parts too, or what? The only cool steampunk I've ever seen in my life was Wizard of Oz 2: Return to Oz. Remember TikTok? That guy was
I never saw that. Return to Oz.
You never saw Return to Oz? Oh man,
I definitely never saw that.
What, really? Am I the only person who's chat? Help me out. Come on, knuckleheads in the chat. Let them know that Return to Oz was fantastic. It starred what's her face, the creepy girl, the kind of hot creepy girl from what was it? The Craft. That movie, The Craft. But her much younger.
Oh,
and she plays Dorothy. And she goes back to Oz. And
Nev
Oz
Campbell?
No, not Nev Campbell. The other hot, creepy one. It looks like she stole everything from a Hot Topic.
Shannon Doherty?
No, Emma Blum. She was in Waterboy too.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So Dorothy goes back to Oz, and Oz is like basically post-apocalyptic. Like everything's all fucked up. The Yellow Brick Road is all turned over. You see parts of Oz that you didn't see in the first movie. Like there's like it's like a sand pit where you touch it, you turn into sand. And they have these creepy. It's run by. Oh God, I forgot. What
is this live action or a cartoon?
No, it's live action. It's live action.
Return to Oz.
That's what I'm. When did it come out?
Late '80s, early '90s.
You need to get rid of the preview so we can see your. your dang old bald head.
Now I gotta put my pants back on first.
Okay, there we go.
But yeah, no, that movie's out of control. It is great. I haven't looked in the chat. Am I the only person who knows what's going on here?
Tyler Trent knows your favorite movie is Halloween Town, although he always says it's Halloween Tree.
I still have no idea what that is. I hope Halloween Town gets destroyed by a bomb like on every other movie in the world.
You've never seen Halloween Town?
Never seen it.
What, your favorite movie is Halloween Tree?
Halloween Tree is my favorite Halloween based movie. Yeah, watched it the other day actually. Haha, that was great. It's only an hour long. It's based on a Ray Bradbury poem.
Oh yeah.
And Ray Bradbury actually narrates the cartoon as well.
Interesting.
I love Ray Bradbury. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up the preview part, and so that wraps up pretty much the episode. The chat. If you have any questions for Gabe or me or the fabulous Tyler Blunt, why don't you ask us for the next 5 minutes?
John McCarthy's in the chat. He goes, Gabe, the movie does exist. And the actress is Fairuza Balk, however you say her name.
Fairuza Balk? Is that the girl from The Craft you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh.
Or is that the girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that turns into a giant?
Oh, yeah. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Oh, all right. Let me look her up real quick.
I had no idea that was her name.
Fairuza Balk.
I feel like I've seen her in mostly 90s things, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah. All right. Fairuza Balk, official site.
No, that wasn't the acid trip highlighter. Or highlighter.
Account suspended, okay? Your official site is no good, Fairuza.
Oh, that shit. Abort, Jess, abort.
Okay, I see who she is. She was in Willy Wonka?
I think. No. I was just making a joke because her name sounded like the name of the girl.
Oh, like Veruca Salt?
There you go, see?
Fairuza Balk Bikini Magazine cover.
Whoa.
That's what, Waterboy. Somebody said in the chat, Nate Bishop. That's where I recognize her from.
Yeah, Waterboy, yeah.
Okay.
You showed me her boobies, and I liked them.
Lameworks asks, favorite Daredevil story?
You better say Bendis.
Bendis isn't even in my top 3, Jess.
Oh my god.
Oh, Bendis is in. He's maybe in my top 10. Maybe.
Oh my goodness. Okay, good. Tell us your favorite Daredevil story.
My favorite
Daredevil run.
Has to be Miller. Has to be Miller. Born Again was a masterpiece, and Miller's, after he took over both on art and writing, the story was just phenomenal. Absolutely. What about you, Jess? Are you gonna say Bendis? Don't say Bendis. Don't say Bendis, Jess. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Bendis.
Why? Jess? Why?
Because it's great. What do you mean, man?
So
That's one of the first Omnis I ever got was those first 2.
Whoa.
I won the second one in an auction for like.
Do I need to go get my Omnibus Volume 1?
No,
quick?
don't you dare waste that frost top pouring it on Omnibus. How dare you? How dare you? Frost Top is to be cherished, and so is that Bendis.
Yeah, that volume 1 is out of control, man. That's a great book.
Yeah, that would actually be a terrible decision.
Yeah, that's like a $300 book, bro. Like, come on,
I know, that would be the worst decision. Like the worst impulse improv joke decision ever.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to stand up for what I just
Will
said.
this be hilarious? No, it wouldn't be hilarious. What about you, Gabe?
Bendis.
Oh, what? Oh,
No, I'm kidding.
Gosh.
No, definitely Frank Miller for sure, but Bendis is right behind him. Right behind him.
Hurts. So my favorite Daredevil story is actually The Devil in Cell Block D. Do you guys remember that arc?
Nope.
It was from Brubaker. Daredevil finds himself in jail.
Oh, yeah, that started Brubaker's run.
Yeah, it was at the very beginning of Brubaker's run. He finds himself in jail, and one of his close loved ones, he can hear getting stabbed through the walls of the prison. He's telling the guards, like, please help this person, help them. And they get stabbed. and he just loses all will to live and do the right thing, and he just makes that prison his own, and it's fantastic.
I remember that now.
Huh. I need to go on a Daredevil run and reread everything because I haven't read Wade's run yet, so I need to read everything. Because I do love Daredevil. I do love Daredevil.
Watch the Netflix series.
I know.
Miller's Daredevil run was the very first thing I ever bought off of eBay. Was that run of Daredevil comics? I remember that. That was the first thing I ever bought off of eBay. I didn't even have an eBay account. I used a friend's account and just paid them the money back for it. But that was the first stuff I ever bought on eBay.
It's a good one to start with.
Frank Miller stuff's great. Yeah, that Frank Miller stuff is fantastic. But I love the Bendis stuff. I love Kevin Smith's run that starts out Volume 2. We talked about this yesterday too. I think just that Volume 2 is a fantastic part of Daredevil history. Like it's better than Volume 1 because a lot of Volume 1 was garbage up until like Frank Miller, and then it kind of turned garbage again a little bit and came back around. Frank Miller came back around. But yeah, Bendis is great. That whole run is great. The Brubaker stuff is fantastic. Oh wait, I'm about to eat my words. Damn it. Because then Shadowland happens and destroys everything that was ever precious in Volume 2. But I think it was still better than a lot of that.
Have you read Wade's run?
I got the first Omnibus. I think that's all I've read of his. That stuff's great too. Like that part where he's in Latveria and he loses all of his senses, and he's trying to escape Doctor Doom's castle.
I haven't read that, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Have any of you read Sewell's run? Is it any good?
No, Soul's very hit and miss with me, so I get very cautious around a lot of his work.
I haven't read it.
I haven't read it either. I've read precious little that's recent. I mean, I'm still working on Battle World and War Zones, and that event was 3 years ago. Maybe
Tyler,
4.
Tyler, outside of Daredevil or Devil in Subblock D, what other like Daredevil stories do you love?
Anything that has ninjas in it. I love all. That's actually one of the things that upset me the most about Bendis' run is there's this story about him fighting ninjas, but it all takes place off panel. I was very upset.
Ninjas have to be part of Daredevil because ninjas and Daredevil is what helped create the Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. Yeah.
And ninjas make everything better. Everything.
My second favorite Daredevil run is probably The Man Without Fear, Frank Miller, again, his miniseries, because I was in the 4th grade and my friend Oliver came to school and was like, look what I got. These are awesome. And I was like, where'd you get those? What are those? He's like, they have them at the dollar store. And I went to the dollar store and sure enough, they had a pack of all 6 issues bundled for $1.
Whoa.
And I picked, they were some of the first comics. Yeah, they were some of the first comics I ever bought.
That's awesome.
So I was in the 4th grade, very impressionable, and it really stuck with me, that miniseries.
Now, have you read the Elektra miniseries, the 2 trades?
I haven't, but I haven't read it yet.
Oh, it's so good. There's tons of ninjas in that. That's all she does is fight ninjas.
I need to read that.
It's really good.
That's the stuff in the omnibus, right?
No, that's the it's trade paperbacks. It got released a couple maybe a year ago.
Oh no, I don't have those.
New stuff.
Oh, okay. I need to check that out. I don't have those.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Tons of ninjas, great art, and super good story. Let me go get that, and so I'll show you so you know what I'm talking about. Just
no, but I remember when I got those Man Without Fear issues. It was kind of the same situation, but it wasn't bundled up like at the dollar store or whatever. It was at Toys R Us because Toys R Us used to have. A lot of places did, but they used to have like packed in comics, and they were called collector's editions, and they would have like all 4 or 5 or 6 issues of a run in there. That's how I got Infinity Gauntlet as well. Gambit, that Gambit series from the 90s, my favorite miniseries. They used to do that stuff a lot, so that's how I got mine as well. And I think that was the first time I read JR. I think that's my first exposure to John Romita Jr. was that Daredevil run.
You know, it might have been mine too, actually. Now that you say that.
Yeah, because after that, I didn't know him until like X-Men, so I'm not sure where that takes place in his career timeline. What up, Jess?
It's Elektra Bloodlines
Oh, I love the cover.
and Elektra Reverence.
Oh, that's a dope cover too.
Yeah. Awesome art by Michael Del Mundo and written by W. Hayden Blackman. Read these books.
Yeah,
Del Mundo does
I'm
all
probably
the art.
Yeah, just in the second one, Alex Sanchez pinch hits for a little bit. He does issues 6 through 7, and then Del Mundo does 8 through 11. But Del Mundo does all the art in this first one.
That guy's amazing, dude.
Yeah, it is crazy good.
I didn't know he did the art in that.
Yeah.
Damn it. Now you almost, I think you just super baited me.
I super baited you. It's
I had
really
no interest in that
good.
whatsoever, man, until you said Del Mundo.
It's super good. And the writing is great and the art is great. Elektra is badass in this book. She's sent after like the assassin of all assassins. And it's way good.
Mm. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to add that to my next IST order.
Good. You should.
You're gonna want to pretty soon too. You'll find out later. But yeah, I guess that's it for that question.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to add to this chat.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be on the show, guys. It was a lot of fun. I feel
Thanks for
bad.
being
Psycho
on.
Cleveland was upset. He felt like I was being a little bland. I'm gonna have to work on my striptease and my and maybe like a 5-minute opening monologue if I get invited back on.
You will, and Psycho Cleveland is the last person you should worry about.
It's okay. I want to just quickly apologize to Cycle that I wasn't as as enthralling as he was hoping for.
Well, he admitted
leave our guests alone.
He's admitted himself that he's always half drunk whenever he's on.
It's okay. I appreciate his comments. I appreciate him in the chat. I was poking fun at him and having a good time.
No, how about this for a question? Quick. Any chances on a reprint of Flash Omnibus by Jeff Johns?
Ooh.
Where was that? I didn't see that. Okay.
That was up a little bit.
Wait. Oh. Didn't they release those in collected editions now?
I think they did.
Yeah, they've got them in soft cover, so I would not have. I doubt they're high up on the priority list.
I agree with that.
Reprints.
I think if they haven't done it since the release of the Flash CW show and the popularity that came with that, then they're not going to do it anytime soon.
The only thing that would make me think there's a slight chance is because all the bindings, I believe, are glued, right? I can't remember. It's been a while since I read them, but I believe the bindings are glued.
Yeah, there's a lot of gutter loss in some of that stuff.
Yeah, and there's a lot of gutter
loss. So serious gutter loss.
If that is the case, if I'm remembering right, then maybe they'll have a shot, but probably not.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that.
It should be. That should be like an evergreen title from DC.
I agree. It's a definite definitive run on Wally West. I'm still mad about the Impulse Omnibus being canceled, though. I'm very upset. I'm just so upset about that.
Me too. I don't even know.
It's like, Jess, don't even lie. I can see it in your eyes.
Just trying to join in on the party.
That's so not genuine.
I so don't even know who Impulse is. That was that had to have been a 90s character.
Only one of the best.
Nailed it.
I think I saw him briefly in Flashpoint, and that's probably my only reference point for him.
Oh, that earlier Roberto Ramos art in there too. Fuck, that was good stuff. It's lost now. It's gone. It's lost. It's
gone forever.
Sweet paperbacks aren't going to do it justice.
Definitely not.
What's up, Make Havoc? Good to see you. Except that we're ending the show now.
But thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us. Gabe, where can... Oh, I need to talk about InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Their damages sale starts tomorrow. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that up to 50% off. Omniboslive code for discounts coming soon. Over $50 in the United States in an order gets you free shipping. Fabulous service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Impulse is Barry Allen's grandson from the future. He's charming when he's not being annoying as shit.
That's actually a pretty accurate description.
Is that right?
That's who you know.
Grandson from the future.
Yeah, Bart Allen is his name.
Okay. Gabe, where can they find you on the interwebs?
You can find me Instagram as Gabe Infinity Watch. You can also hit me up on the Omnibus Collectors Facebook group as well.
Don't friend him, though.
Yeah, don't friend me on Facebook. I won't accept that shit.
And Tyler, when are you going to start up Super Squad D or Nerd News Now again, so people can find you on the internet?
I'm so busy with my Twitter account, BlandHost27, where I tweet partial tax law all day. So once I can pull myself away from that, maybe I'll start back with some Super Squad D. We'll see. Where the D stands for don't stop believing. It could happen.
That was awesome. Blandos. You can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you to the chat. And thank you to the chat for making it was yesterday's chat that did it, but I'll thank tonight's chat.
Doesn't count. No, they don't deserve it.
Oh, they don't?
Not these guys. No.
Okay, never mind.
No. No, mention it, Jess. Come on.
Okay. Thanks to the chat people from yesterday, you will be seeing we hit our goal for comic books for kids. We hit our goal and exceeded it. We surpassed the goal. And you will be seeing on November 4th, I will be eating a peanut butter and jelly burger. Oh. And Luis will be dressing up as full makeup Harley Quinn because you guys made it happen. Which one's more disgusting, the peanut butter and jelly burger or Luis as Harley Quinn? You decide.
Jess, you're throwing up one way or the other. It's either going to be that burger or eating while looking at Luis just as Harley Quinn. One way or the other, you're fucking vomiting.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, this better be like a Gallagher show. And you better get some like Saran wrap that you can pull up with some trash.
Gallagher show.
Shout out to anybody in the chat who knows who Gallagher is.
Yeah, right. That's definitely a 90s reference. Okay, so peace and love, peace and love. Thank you, everybody in the chat. This is a great show. And thank you to Tyler Blunt for joining us.